Every time I see J.D. Vance handling any situation, I think, I understand why Trump chose you as vice president, and it was a brilliant pick. So he's looking good. Waltz is looking worse with every time he opens his mouth. We should not be in the business of trying to pick outcomes of elections because elections are unpredictable.
Amazing, isn't it? Because remember when J.D. Vance was like the millstone around Donald Trump's neck, and he was the
now
weird
he's the
one,
winner,
and it was Waltz who'd come up with the weird line. That
I didn't like him initially.
And he's the genius.
I didn't like him initially.
No, am I crazy? You know, now he's this thing, and now. I mean, I reckon we should never, as Jared Henderson's very fond of saying, you should never make predictions in politics, especially about the future. But I reckon Donald Trump's going to win this now.
It's hard to see how he could lose now. Paul Murray was talking about all the statistics and how it's really hard to pick. And Paul said really sensible things. Well, I'm not Paul. I'm not going to say sensible things. Trump is going to win. Rowan Dean has been saying he will win in a landslide for a long time. And I thought, oh, come on, Rowan. You may be my editor at The Spectator, but I'm not sure about this prediction. But now I've had an American statistical experts say much the same thing, and the betting market in America is saying the same thing.
I just don't want to jinx it because we've all got PTSD from 2020, okay? We've all still got PTSD. I'm not a betting person, but that day I was. Boy, do I regret it. It was terrible. Never listen to Caleb Bond. That whole always chase your losses, never chase your losses.
But I think and you can listen to it on my podcast, The Real Story with Joe Hildebrand. Get it wherever you get the podcast. But an Australian political guru who's worked on pretty much every Labor campaign federally in New South Wales for about the last 20, 25 years. He has crunched the numbers and looked into it. He is convinced that Donald Trump is going to win. He has come out and publicly said it, and there are lots of different reasons for that. One is, you still got to listen to the podcast, even though I'm going to tell you. One is, Trump is much, much closer now than he was in 2016 and 2020. And obviously the shy Trump voter hasn't gone anywhere. The other thing he looked at, and this is a really interesting one, is in the state of Pennsylvania, which we all know is a must-win for either candidate. They, unlike most other states, they do not give you paid leave or time off in lieu on the Tuesday to go off and vote. So if you're a worker and you're going out to vote, and of course voting's voluntary there, you are taking a pay cut. You are actually losing money to go out and vote for your candidate. Now, which of the two candidates do you reckon has such a strong hold on their support base that they would actually sacrifice their pay packet to go out and vote for them? I'm pretty sure it's not Kamala Harris. And I got a message from another former politician, very senior politician who's in the US, who says exactly that. He's in a very democratic state, and he says no one knows what Kamala Harris stands for. And we saw it with the Christian thing. She's mocking Christians 1 minute and then trying to suck up to them the next to get their vote. I called her in a piece today, she is a costume in search of a character. She has absolutely no substance. No one knows what her actual values are because they keep changing all the time. And again, say what you like about Donald Trump, love him or loathe him, he's a known quantity. People know what he stands for. He's a better performer. He's funnier. He doesn't take himself so seriously. And he's something you can actually cling on to.
Can I say, there's a word that covers it, which is the feelings word. Because Kamala tried to run a feelings campaign, feel the joy. And the longer it goes on, the less people feel anything good about her. But Trump, the feeling just gets a bit warmer as time goes on.